What's up, guys? Tanner Larson here, and time for another Build, Grow, Scale anatomy breakdown. So this email just kind of came into my box or inbox, and I saw it, popped into it. So I'm always, obviously you guys know we have a brand in the Second Amendment space, and we're very big in the Second Amendment, and even transitioning into some of the survival stuff. So one of the brands we always pay attention to, and I've been a customer of and paying attention to for a long time is Survival Life. Survival Life is owned by Native Commerce, which is again owned by Ryan Dice, Perry Belcher, and Roland Frazier, and this is kind of their biggest brand, and it kind of piggybacks between Survival Life and Absolute Rights. These guys have predominantly been digital marketers, direct response marketers, and in the last couple of years have moved very heavily into a heavy content. Well, actually, not, they've been doing content for a while, but they moved into this new model of content and commerce, which they actually created an event about. But uh, Survival Life is a media brand that also sells physical products. And one of the things I love about what Ryan and Perry and Roland do with Survival Life is that everything they do is fueled around building the community, the continuity, and everything else. So we're going to go through their funnel on this product just because I love going through it. I always like seeing what's new, and I was going to go through it anyway for myself, and now I'm going to go through it with you guys. So what you can see here is this email came in. Its subject is bad news, and Survival Life branding. They've got a countdown timer, which is awesome, ending their weekend sale. This countdown timer, you guys can do the same thing by using our Timer Bomb app in the BGS tools section. So Timer Bomb will allow you to make these countdown timers on your website or in your email or anywhere else you want. So you can create evergreen countdowns, you can create time-sensitive countdowns like this and all of that. But these are great ways at increasing the scarcity. So what you can see is that time is running out, so they call it out. Click here now to save big time on their Weekend Warrior knife sale. 87%, that's the percentage you can save. So they're doing some interesting stuff here that's not your typical email, just to mix it up, to see, probably testing to see how it converts. So instead of saying, hey, you're going to save 87%, they're actually making the 87% a number that stands out all by itself, not to get lost in the paragraph, and then calling it out with a funny little, arrow pointing up, right? And so this is interesting. I haven't seen anybody really use this before, but it's cool because it actually makes you notice that the discount. They did the same thing here with the timer. So if you kind of skipped the timer, which I don't know how you could, but if you did, you're going to look back up again. Okay, so it making your eye click around. But notice it's a very short email, nothing crazy, simple copy. Hey, it ends tonight at midnight. The entire line of knives, so they're doing a special, and unprecedented sale like your weekend. It's ending way too soon. Next few hours you can pick it up here. So it's above average Joe. Okay, so they've got 1, 2, 3 links in the email, and this is not clickable. You could actually, with Timer Bomb, you could make this clickable too to take you over to the offer. So if we click over here, this is also interesting. So one of the things that Survival Life normally does is when they do an offer via email, they send you over to a direct response landing page. Okay, so they're sending you to a sales page that sells the product in detail. So they have a sales page for this survival tactical pin. They have one for this fixed blade knife. They have one for all their other products. Um, but in this case, they're doing a generic sale. So this is just a more of a profit maximizer sale. So this is going out to all their subscribers, all their customers, and it's just a way to try to increase the average customer value on existing customers, get them to buy more, and then also trying to, encourage those prospects into purchasing as well. So if we come over here, you can see they're just sending you right to their category page, collection. So this is a category page for their Hoffman Richter brand, which is typically their knife brand, but they've got a lot of different little Hoffman Richter products. And if you notice, pretty much everything in here is low price points. Typically, aside from this one knife at 59, so this is the only thing not on sale. Everything else is on sale and it's under 25 bucks. So that's actually a very important point about this is they're trying to do impulse price points within their market of conservative, baby boomer generation males that buy this kind of stuff. So these are all things it's like, oh, that's kind of cool. I'll buy it, and their discount prices are insane because this isn't actually real. I like this knife. this Hoffman Richter spring assisted knife. This is the same knife that they used to give away for free when you joined Survival Life. So it never cost 119 bucks, but it's all about perceived value and perceived discount. So either way, they're selling it uh, for these prices. Okay, so are they anything crazy? No. There's some neat stuff in here. Basically, they're trying to get someone to take that impulse purchase. Okay. Now, before we actually go through and well, we're actually going to buy one of these things, I just wanted to kind of zoom through some other stuff. So they've got different brands. So Hoffman Richter is a private label brand that they created within Survival Life. Excuse me. They created the Hoffman Richter. High Beam is a flashlight brand that they also created internally. It's just a private labeled flashlight. Stone Mountain is a new one that I'm is there, and this I'm not sure. I don't know much about this one yet, but these are just their like more survival type product. And then they've also got certain foods, which this is actually a partnership where they're actually shipping food. So now, obviously, you may not have this kind of a large scale product line, that's fine, but this is just their store. Okay. Now, every one of these products in their store can be sold via direct response sales letter, and that's how they do it mostly. They even have a direct response sales letter for buying a massive package of food to prep with. Okay, so they have all this stuff. They've got it broken down into categories, everyday carry, clearance, items, and I don't even know what the journal is. Let's see. Okay, so this takes them over to the actual Survival Life blog. Okay, so they call it the journal now. All right, so in here you got all these different products. But let's go ahead and go back to the knife because that's what we were looking at. That's how the sales page said, hey, go buy a knife. Come on over here. Now, curiously, let's check real quick. I want to see what Ghostery is running. So they've got Google Analytics. They've got a network thing popped out, visual website optimizer. So they're actually tracking what we're doing on their site right now. So if they're looking at my thing, they're probably wondering what the heck this guy is doing because he's not acting like a normal browser. Advertising, they've got custom audiences they're building, retention science. Okay, this is a new service that they're using. Roland talked about it. Very cool for how to increase your continuity subscription retention and customer retention. And then Shopify stats. Obviously, this is a Shopify store. And they've got Facebook Connect for their Messenger app running on here. Okay, so basically running 7 different trackers right now on the page. So we'll kind of keep track of this as we go. And of course, all of these stuff, these screenshots and all of this stuff will be in the dissection report that I do as well. So let's go ahead and go through here. Which one of this one kind of looks cool to me. So again, these are just private label knives from a knife manufacturer in China. They're buying them in bulk and they're doing their own fulfillment and everything else. But so a very simple offer, images. Um, I'm sure they're testing these different options out. Um, so I like to see the carousel over here because then the image can get bigger. But I'm sure they're testing this. So this is not a deal breaker by any means. So they've got the name, they've got the option, the price, the perceived discount, quantity, easy thing here, details. So what would be cool is if they're not going to use this space, if they loaded it up with social proof or even a video of the knife in action would be a great addition here. Very simple. Now let's see if they change what's on the site here. Nope, all the same stuff. Okay. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and add to cart. So it says it's been added to cart. Okay, and then I can go to checkout. All right, so they did a little temporary pop-up button under here that said, hey, you want to go to cart. That's cool, but basically they're allowing you to keep shopping, which is cool. Let's go ahead and go to the cart and see what's going on. They do have a social app running on here too that's saying, hey, look, Lonnie in Glenville just ordered this. So this is great. I love these when they're real, adding real social proof because, again, customers don't want to be trailblazers. They don't want to buy anything. They don't want to stand out in the herd. They want to buy what somebody else has already bought. They don't want to, travel a path that nobody else has been on before. So this is great for getting people to buy products. So now if we go to the cart, we'll go to checkout. We're in the cart. Okay. So again, this is Shopify. They're not currently using any kind of add to cart app so that they can do an upsell in the cart, which surprises me. I would think they would do that automatically. The natural thing here would be to go ahead and do an add to cart. Hey, you're buying this really cool knife. You should get this sharpener too. We'll see if they have anything in the upsell path. I'm not really sure. We'll have to find out. But right now, I mean, this is, it's an easy app. It's $10 a month or whatever, but it's also for us in our Shopify stores, it ROI is insane when you have a purposely very tightly related upsell. So this is something that I would like to see in here for these guys. So update, check out with PayPal. Okay. We're going to go ahead and just check out. We got our quantity one. All right, so I'm going to fill all this stuff out. Save information for next time. Continue to shipping method. Again, still no upsell. So shipping can do standard or expedited. Okay, so here's the thing, guys. This is good. This is the same thing that I teach you when I talk about priority processing. Standard shipping is 375. Expedited shipping is 2 to 5 days, 4 to 16. What I want you to understand here is they're saying expedited. They're not saying express. They're not saying they're actually increasing or upgrading your shipping. Expedited means we're going to get it out the door faster. So what they're saying here is standard, your standard shipping, this is going to ship first class more than likely. So they're probably paying by the ounce, and shipping's going to take, five business days on average, okay, which is normal for this. But they're gonna take their, processing is like, oh, it's when the order comes in, it takes 2 to 3 days before it gets out the door. Expedited just says, hey, we're gonna get it out the door faster, and which means it's gonna be get to you quicker. But why do they do this? Well, because this is basically, whatever that difference is, 30, 40 cents, but that's more profit, pure profit, because all they're doing is going to get the orders out. Chances are these guys get the orders out within 24 to 48 hours anyway. But if anybody who takes this, they just print anybody that has the expedited tag on their order out of their ship station or whatever account, they print those out first and they fulfill those first. And it's a 40% or 40 cent or whatever it is profit increase right off the bat. And it's such a little increase that more people are going to take it. Now, people are like, oh, that doesn't sound like much money. Okay, well, let's do a little bit of math here real quick. And let me show you what this does. If you're doing 1,000 orders a day times zero point 0.4, so 40 cents, that's an extra $400 in pure profit a day. Okay, simply from that. Now, if you're doing more than 1,000 orders a day, obviously, so let's just say you do 1,000 a day times 30, that's an extra $12,000 a month in profit. Okay, simply from a 40-cent increase on your cart. So this is a very, very brilliant thing to do. Most people don't do it, okay, but it's very easy to do, all right, especially if you're doing your own fulfillment. Going to payment method, okay, very, simple, nothing crazy, same billing, this is good. Okay, we'll put in a card number. And we're going to complete the order. And I really hope we're going to see upsells here. Oh my gosh, no upsells. So what they're doing here is they're just trying to increase customer value here. Okay, they're just trying to get more money, not customer value, sorry, just trying to increase their lifetime customer value and get more buyers on their list. Now they've got my customer data. They're going to move me into a new segment of emails and stuff like this. So this is just a hey, let's just make some money here. I can't tell you how disappointed I am that I didn't get pushed into an upsell funnel, because this is what they do. They're so great at it. Maybe they're only doing it on their direct response funnels, which I understand, but with the new funnels that are available for Shopify with Ezra and CartHook and those guys, now there's ability to upsell directly through the funnel and I'm sorry, upsell directly through Shopify with one-click upsell. So I'm really surprised that they're not at least using Ezra's app, considering their friendship. And not to mention that I am seriously bummed out, because I feel like it's such a letdown, right? But anyway, still learned some good stuff. I'll still document everything. Let's check. They have less trackers on this page now. So they've got custom audience still now. I'm on a buyer's audience. They still have retention science. So they're going to start tracking me and how I interact with them and, overall stats, Google Analytics. So the only thing they're missing is that one CDN advertising network tracker that's gone. And then also we're missing, what was the other one? Oh, they're not doing the visual website optimizer on these backend pages because this is just a thank you page. And since they're not positioning any other offers or trying to get me to do anything else here, they don't necessarily need to have that on here. Okay, so this will wrap this up. I'll put all this stuff in a dissection report. I'll show you the emails, anything else that I get, and we will, go with that. And then hopefully they'll send me another offer where I can buy through their funnel. You know, I would be totally fine spending 28 bucks if I actually got to go through a funnel, but oh well. You know what? They got me. All right. So anyway, guys, we'll wrap this up. I'll get you the session report, put the video in here, and put all the imagery and everything that goes along with it, so you guys can see how all of this stuff works and what is good and what is bad. See ya.